Increase your clinic sales by creating an online presence. Welcome to the GP Series podcast by Disruptive Doctors. I'm Dr. Selina, your host and co founder of Disruptive Doctors, and today we're joined by Azri from Lamanify. He's here to share insights on how GPs and clinic owners can increase your clinic sales by creating an online brand presence. Now, our focus is all about practical steps so you can take something valuable back to your clinic today. Hi, Azri.
Hi, Dr. Selina.
Thanks for joining us today. Maybe you could share a little bit about what is Lamanify and how did it start?
All right. So Lamanify was founded in 2018. So it was started not focusing on healthcare, but in fact, we are focusing more on the online branding in general for service business. However, for the past 3 years, 2 or 3 years, I would say 2 years plus, we realized that GP owners, because we met few GP owners, especially for the past 2 years, they have some common issue and common struggle, especially in being more competitive in the online area. So the online arena has been competitive since past few years, especially post COVID. And most doctors might have known, right? The issue with the contract doctors in the public healthcare has been critical over the years. So more and more people are jumping out from the public sector and jumping into the GP or dentist or any other, I would say, healthcare industry. Hence, the competitiveness of this particular industry is getting tougher. So that's why we decided to pivot, I would say, to focus more on helping the GP owners to stand out in the online world by having a proper brand, more differentiation factor for them. And most of the important part that we are focusing on is on to make sure that it's not having a nice or a nice website, but in the end of the day, we want to make sure that the website is getting found in Google, which is what we are focusing on, search engine optimization. So that's I would say, why, how we started. We started at a very broad area. And then now, for the past 2 years plus, we are focusing more on the healthcare industry just to help the healthcare owners to stand out from the crowd. So yeah, I think hopefully that's your questions. Yeah.
Was there any specific incident that gave you this idea or where you could actually see the gap?
So when we talk to the owners, right, they're one of the GP owners as well. They see that their clinic are giving a good service based on their patients' feedback. So, however, they cannot like getting found online. So their service is good. Their marketing is not really well. The awareness is not there. They can get a lot of patients locally. However, when they say they want to expand, they can't because they always been doing this mouth to mouth marketing, and then like the banners and flyers, all those are offline marketings that they have been doing. However, when they talk to us, they're having this struggle to actually being found online. So when people search for their clinic, it won't show up. So it's either their Facebook or Instagram that can show up, but those kind of platforms, they say they cannot actually showcase their services. So things like Facebook and Instagram, you post today, tomorrow, you post a different thing. All those kind of posts that you post for the past 2 weeks has gone. So those kind of struggles that they see, they want to have everything put together in one place. So that's where we think that, okay, and then that's one. And then we found multiple incidents having the similar issue. I mean, we met some few other GP owners and they have similar issue. So that's where we think that, okay, this is the right time for us to actually focus on helping them to create a platform where they can just advertise, or I say publicize their services online and reach more people outside of their local area. So that's where we think that we want to focus on that time. So that's I would say the pivotal point that we see. Yeah.
What does it mean to have a online brand awareness?
Well, awareness is something that branding is one thing, marketing is different thing. right? People often confused with these two terms. So branding is, in general term, how, if we are quoting for one of the famous, I would say, definition of branding, branding is a gut feeling of someone to that particular brand. So how it feels about that brand. So that's one branding. And then marketing is different thing. Marketing is, I would say, spreading the awareness of that particular brand. If your brand has no, I would say, no essence inside the brand, if you do marketing, you will just you are just spreading something that's I would say empty inside. So that's why having an online presence is not just marketing but branding as well. So if you have a good brand, if you have a branding means it's not like just logo, but it's everything. So a website is one particular part of branding. The design of the website also is another thing, right? Having a website and having a good design, that's a, I would say, another, that's a part of the branding as well. But of course, the services and everything is also part of the branding. So having an online presence, meaning to put your brand outside there in online, be it in Google or any other social media platform. So maybe you have social media. So that's one good thing that you have online. So another one is to make sure that when people search for your services in Google, right? So Google is different thing. So Google is more the intent based marketing. So means people search for something, they have issue with certain things, then they go into Google and search for your services. They won't search for your clinic specifically because they don't know about you yet, but they are looking for certain services that they need to solve their problem. So this is where very important for your clinic to be online to make sure that people search in the Google and you can be found. So that's why it's very critical to have an online presence because of you want to get more and more people, new people, especially new patients to come to your clinic. Because maybe you have your regular patients coming in, those people who live in the neighborhood, but how about those people who are living outside of the neighborhood that needs your services? So this is where online presence is critical to make sure that you are easily get found online. So yeah, hope that answers your question.
So if say a clinic only has a Facebook or an Instagram account, is that enough?
It's good to start. All right. More often than not, when we met with new owners, right, they are starting up GP and then they decided to build a website. We normally will gauge first what their goal is. But if let's say their goal is just to be present and easily get found, so normally we'll just say just focus on building your social media because when you start, you already spend a lot, especially on renovation, maybe have up 150K and then setting up the clinics. Yet before you open, you still have to hire people. You know, you have to pay your staff and everything. So launching costs you a lot. So having an online presence can start with just social media. So that's a good start. However, but I won't neglect those people who also have, because our clients also have, before they open their clinic, 2 months before they open the clinic, they have a website already. So by the time they open, their brand is already there outside. However, it's not something that normally I will just advise because normally I will just advise if you are opening a clinic just to start to open, having a social media is good enough. Make it nice, make it proper, because that's where the online branding starts. After 6 months, after 1 year, then you think that you want to expand further. So that's where the website is. Social media is good start, but it's not something that's sustainable because end of the day, we want to capture as many people as possible. Search engine optimization or SEO only benefit on websites. So it doesn't take credit as much as for social media. If your competitor is doing websites and SEO especially, if you're only having the social media, that's where it's critical to upgrade your marketing game. So rather than just relying on social media, now you go for SEO or search engine optimization with a website. So yeah, social media is good to start, but not sustainable for the long term, especially in terms of branding.
But right now, whenever you search and Google something, even social media, like, is shown as a result. So like, how can they leverage that?
Okay, so social media it can show up in Google in not in I would say in because social media still Google will reward it as an SEO or it will show up in Google for certain keywords. However, if your area is very competitive, because we see this a lot. If let's say we go into some specific rural area, we search certain services, yes, social media might show up because the competition is not there. If you are talking in Klang Valley, you search any service, especially the generic service, for example, ultrasound, say in Cheras, baby scan or vaccine in Ampang, for example. This kind of keywords is expensive keywords. Those people in that particular area might have done website or SEO. So the website and SEO will rank first before the social media. So that's how it works. Social media is good for branding. So if people are looking for that particular clinic, that particular business, yes, your social media will show up first. However, if they are looking for something generic, then your your social media might have been left out below the websites or any other more informative websites, for example. So it depends on the area. If let's say you are going for rural area, you're looking that if you are in that area and then you're looking for certain services, social media still might come out. So it really depends on the area, depends on the competition. So that's why, as I mentioned earlier, if let's say your area is not that competitive, you can start with social media. But if let's say people are more clinics are having online presence, having website, having SEO, then your social media might show up, especially on those generic terms. So it depends on the area. It depends on the competitiveness of that particular area. So yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of all these words, right? SEO, SEM. Maybe you can explain a little bit. Like,
Okay.
if I am unaware, I don't even know what it is. I only know SEO, SEM, and all these random words. Can you maybe explain to me, like, I'm 5 year old and I need this?
Okay. Normally when I mean some of the client, I would say 50%, 50% who became our lead, right? They register in our website or lead form or anything. They just come into a problem. So they want to solve like hey, I want more patients. So these kind of things, normally I will just go like a bit broader, how to explain to them. So normally I will start with what is digital marketing. I won't go into that, use a website. I will just go what is digital marketing so that I can assess them what they actually need. So in digital marketing, you have paid social, which is Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, all these social media ads. And then we have the search. So search, we have two, search engine optimization and search engine marketing. So SEO and SEM. So paid social, I think it's very common for everyone. So when you see Facebook ads, TikTok ads, those are paid social. Instagram ads, those are paid social. Those are intent-based ads. So basically, those people who go into that particular platform, they don't have any intention for anything. They just want to scroll. They just want to see their friends, the engagements and everything. So those are, and when you run ads, you are targeting those kind of people. So you target based on interest. So those are paid social. So now we are talking about search. Search is more to intent-based. You want to look for something, only you go to Google, right? Google is one of the search engine. So search, we have a lot. So Bing, we have search. Google, we have search. We have Yandex. We have Microsoft is Bing. We have Yahoo. So all these are search engine. However, I just want to focus more on Google since 90% people are using Google. So Google is part of the search engine. In search, people have intent and then they only go to Google and find certain things that they want. For example, if they are looking for a scan or baby scan, ultrasound, or dental service or anything, they go to Google and they search for that particular keyword plus the area that located in. Because normally they will look for service is nearby them. So that's why some people search for clinic near me. If you go for food hunting, also you search for certain keyword like tom yum near me or something like that. So that's the same thing as healthcare as well. Physio near me, and then clinic near me, all these near me kind of words. And also something they said, ultrasound in Ampang, ultrasound in Cheras, for example, all these keywords. So these are intent-based search. So they go in Google and they search for those keywords. So there's two ways that we can monopolize these searches. One is SEO, which is search engine optimization. Another one is search engine marketing. The differences is one is free, one is paid. So search engine optimization is something that you optimize your presence online, be it social media or website. For now, website is the best place to optimize your search engine. I won't say paid, the social media won't work. Website has more, I would say, power in it to rank in Google for search engine optimization. So search engine optimization is basically to optimize your platform to rank up higher in Google. In this example, I will say website. So website, you try to make sure that the website is Google friendly, because there are criteria that you have to meet in order for you to rank high in Google when people search for certain keywords. And then that's only one. So that technical part have to be nice first. The website has to be structurally good. And then next thing is to optimize your keywords to make sure that the keywords are relevant, to make sure that pages are relevant for that searches, just to make sure that the website is informative enough, because Google has a few ways of ranking your website. I think it's very too technical if I want to explain to it into that. But generally, what they want to know is your website legit? Is your website professional enough? And is your website can be trusted? So this is how you can optimize the website for Google. And all these things are free. It's just that you have to invest at start only, which is building the website with the Google in mind. So make sure that website is SEO optimized. So this is one off. You pay once and then you just let it run at least 3 to 6 months, because SEO is long-term game. So after that, after 6 months, you can see your website is taking more and more keywords. So more and more people are searching for those generic keywords, your website can be found. So this is search engine optimization, or SEO. You optimize your website to be found in Google for free. So another one is SEM, search engine marketing. This is where you see the paid ads or the sponsored ads on top of the search results. So if you look for certain keywords that's very competitive, right? At max, there's 3 sponsored posts on top, and then only all the organic one. The organic one is the SEO. So these people have done the SEO and they rank high in Google. So it appears below the paid ads, the search appearance. So paid ads or search engine marketing is you pay and then you get all these rankings. So if you stop paying, then you will just lose everything. Means you won't show up in Google. So this is how it works. In minimum, I would say, if let's say you want to run ads for Google, 50 ringgit is bare minimum per day. So 1,500 a day is bare minimum in a fairly, I would say fairly competitive, is actually low competition area, where in that 5 kilometer radius, you have like 5 to 6 clinics. So that's where 50 ringgit is, I'll say generally, you should spend a day. However, if there's 10, then you just have to double it up. If you have like 30 clinics, yesterday I talked to a client in Dungun. He said that they have like 30 clinics in that particular Dungun area. So 100 ringgit a day is not enough. So you have to at least spend 200 ringgit. So it's a money game actually for Google Ads. The more you pay, the more impressions that you get. Of course, the more clicks and the lot more leads and conversions that you will get end of the day. Google Ads is more to like pay to play game, right? You pay and then you gain the impressions, you gain the search. You can at least you show up in Google. So that's how it works. So which one that you should go for? SEO, which is very heavy investment at start, but you will reap the benefit 3-6 months later. Or Google Ads, you pay today, you get today, and you get patients immediately, maybe tomorrow, something like that. So which one you should play? That actually depends on you, because it actually depends on what you want to do long run. So SEO is a long-term game. So invest today, the benefit will come in later. However, you can just neglect Google Ads, right? Google Ads have a different role in this area. Google Ads is more to promotion. If you want to run promotion, for example, end year promotion this kind of time, or Chinese New Year promotion next month, or Raya promotion, all these promotions, you cannot rely on SEO, because SEO will take at least 3 to 6 months to rank up. So that's why Google Ads play in this game. You pay today, definitely today also or tomorrow, your ads will show up and get traction from there. Ads is more to promotional way of promotion ads. However, for SEO, if you want to promote something that is evergreen, right? If you are serving ultrasound service, then SEO is the best way for you to place that service. For ads, if you keep on paying for ultrasound in KL, ultrasound in Cheras, you are just losing the money there, because SEO can just do the same thing. It's just that it takes more time. So for a new clinic, it's good to have SEM first, then only on the same time do SEO. But for established clinic, it's better to expand SEO, because your appearance is really strong online. Then you just build SEO, and then on the same time you spend maybe SEM for the 3 months or 6 months, and then slowly the SEO will start to pick up. You can just reduce your SEM spending. So the main goal for SEO is actually reduce the spending on Google Ads. It will not completely replace, because it really depends on the competition of that area. You still have to pay something for Google Ads, but SEO will definitely reduce your spending on certain keywords. So that's how it works, and that's how it differs from each other. You can't really choose one or the other. It's just that it depends on you. How do you want to strategize your marketing goal? So on our side, we normally will just advise, if you run a promo, use Google Ads. If you want to promote your evergreen services, use SEO. So that's how it works.
Facebook and Instagram ads, like how do they fare compared to Google ads?
Okay. So Google has a very high intent user, right? So people go to Google, they actually have a very high intention to go for that particular service. So it's like 80% there already. Once you get, if you are lucky enough, you're using Google Ads and you are high in the search, people click and they convert become your patients. So Google Ads is more intent based. However, for paid social, something like TikTok ads, I think service based business more on Facebook ads and on Instagram ads, these two, because on TikTok normally it's more the awareness kind of ads, but generally paid social, Instagram ads, Facebook ads, and TikTok ads are more to like interest based ads. So people go into this kind of platforms. They don't want to search for something else. They just want to scroll. They just want to engage with their friends, to look for some funny videos, entertainment or something. So in this particular area, in this particular platform, you need to play a different game. So you can't really focus on, because this is not keywords game anymore. This is more to creative. This is more to copywriting. This is more to promotion, right? Facebook ads or Instagram ads is more to promotional kind or awareness kind of ads, where you have to strategically place what kind of things that you want to promote. For example, most of our clients will just promote something like discounts, say 20% off for certain kind of blood tests or something. Those are the normal things that we'll do on Facebook and Instagram. It's more to like awareness, to let people know about your presence, but it's not highlighting specific service. So it's more to like a very general kind of promotions that can touch most of the people. Because the people inside in Facebook or Instagram, they are not looking for services. But if let's say the service or the particular service is something that is very general, something is very enticing, something like it's not very specific to that particular service, which is very niche, then it's good. So in Facebook or Instagram ads, normally we'll run something that's general kind of service just to get people um into your and then I would say that's about it in terms of how to run or how to use this kind of platform promote the brand. It's more to like awareness, and then sort of a top of funnel kind of conversion. So just to get them into your brand. So that's how it works for social media.
Well, so it sounds like they have to really catch the patient or the client or the customer's attention if they were to go down the Facebook and
Yes,
Instagram ads.
because in particular they are not looking for anything. So they are just going into Facebook or Instagram just to scroll, right? But if your ads are really capturing enough, then they just go, just click and look into your brand, and maybe if they have interest in it, they will convert. Because in Google, it's very high intentional. They go into Google, they search for something. You run any ads also in copywriting, of course, they have to be relevant. They will just click. So it depends on your landing page or not, your website, whether it's good or not, high converting or not. That depends on the website itself. But in terms of getting clicks, Google is much more easier than Facebook. Facebook is more to like creatives and engagement, so all these kind of things. So yeah.
Okay, so so say if I'm a GP, I have my clinic now, what's the first thing I can do to build that online presence?
If you don't have social media, that's a best place to start. Social media is free. Optimize the banner, optimize the profile picture, optimize the bio data. On Instagram, optimize the bio part where you have only few characters that you can put in. So once all those has been done, then you be consistent on posting, because organic social media is more consistency. So you post every day, or at least twice. I won't say twice a day. Maybe tough for most of the clinics, maybe because most of the clinics they only have a few people inside it. The doctors is actually the marketer, and then the admin is just the admin. So if you can't commit to twice a day, maybe once a day or once every 2 days, that's good enough. So that's for social media. However, social media is tough. If you don't have good creatives or good copy, if you are just coming out with mediocre content, then even though you post every day, you won't get any traction because Facebook and the algorithm is trying to push to more interesting content. So if you are posting something that's very generic, the same thing every day, you won't get any traction. So that's why Facebook always asks you to run an ad because ads is easier for you to reach more people. If you think that you can't be consistent in this kind of social media game, then the next step is the SEO part, which is the website. Because website you invest now, you can just let it run, right? You don't have to do anything because at start you already have configured it correctly. You have to make sure that the website is SEO optimized, right? So normally our clients will come in and they tell us this thing, this thing, this thing. They want this service, that all this kind of services want to be placed on the website. And of course, our site will provide the copywriting and everything. So we provide the copywriting in terms of to make sure that the website is SEO optimized. So when they invested in this website, they sort of like set it and forget it. So they put it there, and then after 3 months, 6 months, we can see the rank is going up and up without them having to interfere with the website because that SEO takes time to rank up. So they know that. We already explained that. Hence, once they invest into it, they will just let it run. And then after 6 months, they can reap the benefit already. So it depends on you. If let's say you have the appetite of putting your brand out there, social media is good enough. If you don't have time for that, then if you post like once a week, you might lose to your competitor. Then next step, if you have budget, then you go for Google Ads. If not, then website is the best way to go if you don't want to constantly monitor. Because ads, regardless, you still have to monitor every day. Because once you lose to your competitor, then you don't optimize your keywords or you don't optimize your website, your creative, then you are just spending money for nothing. So normally I will just advise you do social media first, try to capitalize as much as possible. Then you go for a website, then you go for ads. You try all this first because this is how I would say you should spend your money on rather than just straight away on ads or straight away on a website without capitalizing on the free ones first. So yeah, social media is the first one that normally I will just advise them to go for because the easiest, it's a free, and everyone knows how to do it, even their admins.
What's the biggest mistake you see clinic owners do?
They run ads immediately without optimizing their page or their brand. So some of them they don't plan their marketing correctly. So when they see that, oh, today don't have patients, and then they jump. So normally we see these people a lot lah. A lot of GP owners come to us, hey, how can I get 10 patients tomorrow or at least this one in 2 weeks time? Yes, you can do that. You can run ads, but you cannot just run ads for the sake of running ads. These people are spending money for a bad creative, for the bad copywriting, for the bad angles. So they don't plan their marketing very well. So I think that's I would say in general what I saw in terms of the mistakes that they make. They don't really plan their marketing in terms of they don't plan their resources. So they think that if they spend money, they can get more patients. Yes, you can get that, but you need at least 2 or 4 weeks of planning with an expert. It's not doing yourself. So an expert meaning like if let's say you want to run ads, you have to consult with the ads agency. You can't really do yourself. If you want to do yourself, it takes 3 or 4 months at least to learn the platform and how to actually optimize the ads. So they end up spending to I would say a very cheap agency, and then the cheap agency don't really do a good job, and then they just waste their money and they come to us and they just complain only. Even though we can't really help because we don't do ads, but we just listen to them and what they are actually trying to tell about what issues they are facing. So generally, they are not planning very well in terms of marketing and being more impulsive in terms of spending their money whereas they actually can focus more on their social media, trying to improve on that area first, then only spend their money on ads. Because sometimes they just spend on ads. The clinic itself looks nice, the interior design looks nice, but if they run ads to a very cheap landing page that they are spending on, it looks cheap overall. So it doesn't tally with what their brand is. So this is where I think most of the clinic owners, I understand that they are one-man show, most of them. They are the clinic owners, they are the practitioner, they are the one who treats the patients. They are also the one managing all the drugs, the medication, and also the marketing side.
And admin, and
Yes,
finance, and
everything.
accounting.
Yes. The finance, accounting, the HR, lah, the hiring. So all these people, all these things they are doing, even though they are with partners, but both of them actually, most of them are doctors also. So they are carrying the same hat. So if in marketing they don't know, so most of the time they will say, "I want to spend in ads," but they don't really push their brand or make the brand proper online first, then only they run ads. Because this thing, they should do the branding part first, then only to push ads. At least bare minimum is the social media presence need to be look good first. If they don't have the website, it's fine. But social media is something that people will look for when they run ads, especially in paid social. If they run ads, they will click on the profile first and see how the brand is, then only they go for the services. So that's normally normal patient will do. So that's I would say the common mistakes I will see is they don't plan their marketing very well. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you leave before we end? Like, what would you what advice that you would leave with the doctors? What should they do?
Okay, so I will talk to two audiences here. One is if they are starting the new clinic, start with social media, get your brand online, because that's the most free version of your free marketing. I would say zero cost marketing that you can do. This is for new clinics, a single branch with a very minimal budget, maybe open less than 6 months, focus on social media. However, for more than 6 months, a clinic where your social media is already, I would say, stagnant, or because new social media account get the privilege of getting more reach. So that's why I always advise focus on social media first, because your new account capitalize on that. After 6 months, your social media might be stagnant. So you keep on posting every day, you just reach the same audience. Your impressions and clicks are generally the same. So this is where you expand your marketing strategy. So on the second audience that I want to speak to is those people who have 6 months and above clinic, and also those clinics that have more than one branch. I think in particular it's more than one branch and already operating more than a year. So this is critical for them to expand their marketing strategy. So maybe they already have maximized the social media. If they don't, then focus on social media first. But generally, after 1 year, you should have been focused. You have been maximizing your social media. The next step is to have the online presence or capitalize in Google. So maybe on social media, you already have maximized. People know about you, but only those followers actually following you and know about your clinic or your services. But how to expand to more than just your followers, than just your local neighborhood patients. So this is where you have to appear in Google. So as we mentioned, talked about earlier, you have two methods, SEO and SEM. It depends on you, right? It depends on the marketing plan that you want to do. If you want to have promotions, then you just run Google Ads or search engine marketing. If you want to expand further beyond your clinic neighborhood or beyond your social media followers, then to reach more people in Google, then SEO is the only way for you to expand your brand, which is you need to have a website. So online awareness, not only on social media. Once you have capitalized on social media, then you get stuck there or you have capped in terms of reach, then this is where you have to capitalize on organic search or Google. So that's where the SEO plays in the role. Because SEO, I always advise my client or potential client, the best time to do SEO or to create a website with SEO optimized is always yesterday, because it takes time for a SEO or a website to rank up higher in Google. So while waiting for the website to rank up, you can spend on Google Ads just to capitalize on these people who are actually searching for services. So start with social media. Once after, I mean, for the second audience, maybe the social media already capped. Now is the time for you to capitalize on Google search, because these people in Google are very valuable, highly valuable. They are searching for services. It's very easy for them to convert. So this is where you have to play this game where SEO, you need a website, and also search engine marketing, which is ads. You still need to have a website, but if you couldn't afford a website, then the landing page is enough. So this tool is something that you should focus on after a year operating, or if you have more than one branch, just so that you can maximize your marketing budget and also your marketing resources if you are hiring in-house marketing people. So yeah, I think that's I would say my advice. In general, properly do your marketing. It depends on situation. First 6 months, 6 months and below, focus on social media. More than 6 months or more than a year if you have more than one branch, focus on Google site, SEO or SEM. So yeah, that's I would say, if anything, if they want to take away, those are the things that they should take away from this podcast.
Okay, thanks, Azri. I think that was a very, very insightful conversation because as doctors, all you know is treating patients, and we think that the moment you open up a clinic, all patients will come to us. And clearly, the game has changed. I don't think we realize how much the game has changed. So, thank you for sharing all these insights. So, guys, if you're ready to check out Lamanify or you need services on building your website, do check out Lamanify in the link below. And that's all we have from Disruptive Doctors GP series. And if you found today's episode helpful, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for more insights from people like Azri. Until then, I'm Dr. Selena.
Thank you very much.